Alright guys, what in the world are we doing now? What is this? Okay, so I know maybe not a lot of you guys know. Well, I mean, it's super simple. It's a steering column for a stock steering column that came out of the truck. I had full intentions of just buying a China whatever tilt column and rolling with it. But I got this here, so let's kind of go over it. Number one, 3-speed on the column. We don't need that kind. Putting a shifter in the floor, automatic. This column was before they actually made, the collapsing style column. This actually does not move. It is actually pinned in and welded. Trust me, I beat the living duty out of that thing, thinking it was a collapsible style, but it wasn't. Found out later that they didn't have that net this year, so that came a little bit later, maybe 69. Yeah. So anyway, what I want to do is take this thing apart. Well, you got to start up here to get the rest of the shaft taken down, because I'm actually going to shorten this deal quite a bit to go back in there. So, and I'm changing this over to a collapsible style that'll fit my rack and pinion setup. So all this is coming off anyway. So let's take it apart. What do we got to do first? Let us see. So it's the horn button. It's a factory Chevrolet steering wheel off later model Chevrolet, early 90s, right? Pretty cool steering wheel. A lot of people use this steering wheel because it's smaller and just, it's decent looking for what it is. Factory Chevrolet steering wheel. So, horn button's got to come on. Very easy on these. Pull. Oh, horn button wire. So, just pull it. Yeah, we dropped it. Okay. Now, of course, just the wiring in there, get that out of the way. And we have a nut. So, what size is that? Maybe, let's say 3/4. Let's go get a 3/4 socket. Go over here to the toolbox. Oh yeah, we got lots of sockets. Okay. I'm going to say, I'm thinking it's a 3/4. Yeah, y'all probably know millimeters, right? We got those too, but today we're going to work in standard because this is an old vehicle. So, let's see what we got. There we go. Let's get the impact. All right, now we got this. Let's see what you'll do. Reverse. Just like that. There it is. Right there. Okay, so we got that loose. Now, let's see what we can do. So get this thing off here, then we can pull the shaft out of it. Continue on.
1 hour later.
All right. So now we're going to pull the steering wheel off. Now, some steering wheels you can just jerk on and they will pop off, right? Older stuff, generally not. You have to use a steering wheel puller, which is what this is. As you can see, comes in a kit, like so. You can do all kinds of steering wheels with this, all kinds of stuff. So anyway, this is the most basic style here. Now all we're going to do is tighten this bolt right there. And that's going to press the steering wheel off, leave the column there. All right, let's do it. Let's just do it by the ring. See if we can do this on the camera here, maybe. All right, let's see. Yep, I think I already did it. Bam. Held it on with my arm. Imagine that. All right, so one take wonder here. Let's see if we can do it. Go ahead and loosen this. Well, really, you shouldn't have to do that. Just pull. There we go. Steering wheel's off. There we go. Now we're getting into the inner workings of the column. Shifting mechanism, emergency, light deal. Look. This is what people do. I mean, really? That's, but anyway, turn signal, old style. Here, horn button, whatever you want to call it, So, there it is. Let's keep on working. Oh no. I don't know what I've done now. Help. Yeah, I don't know what that is. There's the parts. This is really loose now. There's a big steering shaft out of it. Help. Just kidding. Let's go. All right, so we got everything pulled apart. Let's go ahead and pull this deal out of here. Bam. That's over. Done. Get that out of the way. See if we can set it there. Things fall off. So now we just have basically the bare column. So after looking at this deal and seeing what all it's going to need, and really, I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to get an aftermarket column, because you can actually get those pretty decent, cheap, reasonably inexpensive now, and just replace the whole deal, because I really want to shorten this thing up, because as old vehicles are, there's not a lot of room in them, and we're not like 16 years old anymore, so it seemed larger in there before we got to 40. So anyway, what I want to do is cut the column down, a lot, because there is a lot of column in there, unnecessary. So, and it gives you more arm length and and everything like that as well, and more belly length, which is what we need too. So, yeah, instead of trying to cut this shaft down and try to weld it, that really seems not the greatest. And it's way too long because it sticks way out there. And what I'm doing with the rack and pinion setup, it's just way too long. So they actually make some standard sizes on these. And what we're going to do is we're going to try to measure it and see if we can get close. So let's go measure it. Let's put it back in the truck. Let's go measure it. Hang on.
The next day.
All right, so got another update here. Got the column back inside the truck. Try to put a little light on it for us here. I don't know if that'll help. But anyway, it's well in from where it was. Since I'm not using the shifter anymore, I don't have to worry about moving this. And, we can move it around quite a bit. It's kind of loose, so it'll move around. And I think once I get the adapter for the steering wheel and yada yada, we'll be out here. But really, they measure from the face of this back down. So let's check that out. All right. So now we can see how far it sticks out. And I think if you had the steering shaft, it'd be way out here, right? So the way it is sitting now. So what we're going to do is we want to find where we want it to end with the shaft and everything. So, I'm thinking somewhere maybe in here, or maybe, because I still want to use this clamp, so I'm thinking, yay, somewhere like that. So, okay. So, of course, I made that mark the other day, which is kind of where I want to be. Well, that's about 26 inches, I believe. Let's check that. So let's pull it back out. Now we got an idea where we want it to end. I just kind of made a quick mark, quick and dirty there, because I know they only make certain lengths and we got to work with what they got. So, because I'm definitely not getting a custom one made. So let's pull it back out and do some measuring. All right, so we got it back in the vise just for kind of holding so I can make a video. And let's see how far it is to there. See if we can do this a one-hander. Maybe so. Sorry for the moving. All right. So I'm going to say, just round numbers, 20, 25 and a half, 26, right? So the columns they make, and this is including the steering shaft that'll be poking out the end of this deal, right? A couple inches. So I'm thinking they make them 28, right? 28 inches, which includes the steering shaft sticking out. I'm going to go with that because I believe that'll work out the best. Give me enough room to have my double D. Yeah, double D, that's the only way I'm getting those. I just messed up my train of thought. Anyway, to get the U-joint kind of things to deal for the steering shaft. And yeah, so to get down to the rack and pinion that I got. So yeah, so it will be basically a couple inches longer than this, which is, out here. No, just kidding. Right in there. Well, that'll actually include the steering shaft sticking out of it to attach the rest of the rest of the deal too. So I think that'll be perfect. And it's one of the column, the normal deal. So, and with this setup, what I'm actually going to do to kind of make it somewhat, steel proof maybe. I don't know if anything's steel proof, but help that is I'm going to actually put a removable steering wheel on this truck. A couple different things the reasons I want to do that: make it easier getting out of, make it harder to steal, hopefully driving it away, and I've always liked those things. So I am going to get one. I mean, my new column is black, all black. All this it's going to be this tilt column as well. So that'll be nice. It'll have new steering, there's no key in it. There's no shifter in it. It's all clean, right? It's a 4-shift setup because we're going to use, an aftermarket shifter. So everything will be new. This really needs to be replaced, all that. So we're going to go new. And it'll actually connect with a GM style ribbon connector. It won't be like this. It'll be flat because the newer style is flat. And the ribbon connector that I have in my new harness for the truck is a flat style as well. So that's going to work out. This is the early style. All right, guys, thanks for watching. And, more updates are coming. Appreciate you checking out the video this week. And I know it's not, like crazy amounts of whatever, but it'll be, ratcheting up soon. A lot of this stuff just takes time, thought, waiting on parts, all that good stuff. So I'm getting excited. It's getting closer. And of course, we're going to get onto the wiring soon, that'll be a fun job in itself. Not, anyway. Got to do it. So we don't want it burning down. We want it going. That's the whole idea. So let's get it. Y'all have a great week. And come back and see me next week. We'll do some more. Later out.